Mindset, a daily dose of practical wit and wisdom with a professional educator and trainer, Amazon best-selling author, United States Marine, television and radio host, Paul G. Markle. Each episode will focus on positive and productive ways to strengthen your mindset and help you improve your relationships, career goals, and overall well-being. Please welcome your host, Paul G. Markle.
Hello, welcome back to Morning Mindset, and I've got a topic for you that ties in with my other show, the other show that I happen to do. I was researching and discussing General George Patton's Principles for Life and Leadership, and I was referencing it on the other show, and I came across something that I thought would work very well here on the Morning Mindset show. I got to be careful when I use the same studio and the same microphones and the same everything to do both shows. And yes, every once in a while I slip up, and I thank you for being a member of the other audience. I know that you guys are members of the Morning Mindset audience. Yes, indeed. What did Patton have to say about an active mind and an active body, or a strong body? And this chapter, the title of the chapter is An Active Mind Cannot Exist in an Inactive Body. And I've got some quotes from General George Patton here. The first quote is, "Wars are won by men with strong wills to win and with strong bodies." And then he continued. He said, "A strong will to win is more important than a strong body. Men have won battles when totally exhausted and near death from injuries. However, that will to win did not get into the brain without having a strong body. You have to keep the body active to keep all the juices running into the right places." General Patton never stopped stressing physical fitness. And if you know anything about Patton, you'll know that even into his 50s, he would go out every morning and run. And he made sure that his troops knew that he was running because he set the example. He led by example. Nobody made him do it. He didn't have to do it. No one was going to go to his tent and say, "Hey, General, you didn't go out and run a mile this morning. What's up?" No, he did it because he knew that he needed to. I got another quote here from actually Napoleon Bonaparte, and it said, Napoleon said, "It takes the sword and the spirit to win in war. The spirit is most important." In our world today, we seem to believe that we are more enlightened and intelligent than our forefathers or our ancestors were. We like to deceive ourselves into believing that because we have smartphones and access to the internet and what have you, that we've got it all figured out, and those old guys didn't know what they were talking about. For instance, we see a diminishing role or a diminishing stress on the importance of the importance of physical fitness. I've witnessed this for a long time now, several years, numerous years, probably 10 or 12 or more, where we're diminishing the importance of physical education with our children. And one of the things that we should be doing is increasing or improving the physical education of our children, because the mind and the body work in consort. Your mind cannot be strong. It cannot be well fueled by oxygenated blood if your body does not support it. Basically, your body is the support system for your mind. And when it comes to being positive and productive, leading productive and positive lives, we cannot ignore that fact. And even Napoleon Bonaparte understood it. General George Patton understood it. And here we are in our modern era believing that because we have access to the internet and we have smartphones and we have apps and we have all these things, that we can somehow shortcut the system, that we can have strong, intelligent, well-functioning brains without feeding them the proper nutrition and without exercising our body. And it just doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. I've told this story on my other show, but I'll tell you guys, One of the things that I had in my old studio, we used to have a studio and training center. We had a fitness center, training center, and then we had our recording studios in the other half of the building. So half of the building was for physical training, and the other half was for making the radio and the TV. And in the radio studio, television studio side of the building, there was a great big whiteboard, a dry erase board, as you guys know. And quite often I would be in the gym part, and I would be either on a treadmill or I would be punching the bag. We had a lot of heavy bags and so forth. I'd be doing that, and I would have a thought, and I would have an idea for whether the TV show or the radio show or a new book or a new article or a new whatever. I would have an idea, and I would run all sweaty from the gym side into the other side, and I would grab a dry erase marker and I would put notes on the board. I tried to take a regular notebook with me into the gym, and I found that I would constantly sweat all over it. And I know you guys are like, you need one of those Write in the Rain tablets, man. One of the ones that you can sweat on and it won't mess them up. Yeah, that's probably true. I probably should have had a Write in the Rain notebook in the gym with me so that I could rain sweat down on it and it wouldn't ruin the pages. But I realized, that was one of the many times in my life that it was affirmed to me that I realized that when I physically exercised, when I worked, when I sent heavy oxygenated blood flowing through my body up to my brain, when my brain was flush with that oxygenated blood, that I was able to think clearly and I was able to come up with new and different ideas. I would hope that you have experienced that for yourself. If you have not, and I will say this, if you are in a position right now in your career or your job or whatever it is you do where you are stumped, you've been looking for a solution, you've been looking for an answer, you've been looking for a different way to attack a problem or what have you, and you don't feel like you're getting the answers that you need, get your butt up out of the chair, get away from your desk, and go stimulate some blood flow. Go do something physical. Go get the oxygenated blood flowing and pumping to your brain and help your brain and your mind to be active. You can't just sit in a chair constantly staring at a computer screen. You got to get up, you got to move around, you got to do something physical. Your strong body supports an active mind. They work together in consort. All right? In concert. How's that sound? Sound good to you guys? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Paul Markle. I thank you for being part of the Morning Mindset audience. And I remind you that as Christmas fast approaches, if you would like to give the gift of motivation and inspiration to a friend, a relative, a loved one, you can get the Morning Mindset book. It's called Morning Mindset, a 30-day plan for a more positive and productive life. You can get it at Amazon.com. Or if you'd like a signed copy, yes, indeed. If you'd like a signed copy, go to morningmindsetpodcast.com and follow the links from there. All right, that's all I've got to say to you guys today, and I will talk to you again real soon.
Thank you for spending time with us today. To get show notes, submit a topic request, and for more from your host, Paul G. Markle, visit morningmindsetpodcast.com. That's morningmindsetpodcast.com. Please leave a review for this podcast on your favorite podcast player. We appreciate your time and effort, and we look forward to reading your honest feedback.